Hello everyone, this is Laura Wagner. In this tutorial I'm going to talk about email and secure passwords. Now I suggest before you set up your social media accounts that you use a separate email address. If you already have your account set up and you used your same email that you use for business or personal or both and it's working out fine, then just stick with that. But if you find that you're getting too many emails related to your social media accounts and you want to separate those out, then it's time to set up a new email address, and you can go back into your Facebook or LinkedIn and change your email address that you're using there. So the two reasons that you'd want to have a separate account are, as I already mentioned, if you're getting too many messages in your regular inbox, then you want to separate those out. And the second reason is there's less distraction. So if you're at your desk all day long and you have your regular email inbox open so you can see when messages come in and respond to them as needed, perhaps most of the social media emails that you get are not as important, so you don't have to see those at any time of the day. If you keep them in a separate email account, you can go to that email at your designated times of the day. Maybe you have a designated time for posting something on Facebook, for responding to what others have posted. If you have that particular time set up, then that's the time that you would want to go and check your email for social media. My second suggestion here is to use a Gmail account, and I have another tutorial on setting up a Gmail account. So if you haven't ever set one up and you need a little help with it, go to that tutorial and I'll walk you right through the process. Gmail account is just an account through Google. At some point you probably want to have a Google account. If you're a small business owner, it would be a good time to just go ahead and set up that Gmail address right now as you're getting into social media. Now the other thing I want to talk about is a secure password, because I've seen time and time again where people do not have secure passwords. So what is a secure password? Well, it will contain at least 8 characters, and it'll have a combination of upper and lowercase characters. Have at least one uppercase character in your password. It doesn't have to be at the beginning. It's actually better if it's at the middle or the end. A secure password will also contain at least one number and or a special character, such as an ampersand or an asterisk. I like to use numbers, more than one number, and then a special character as well. Also, when making your secure password, don't use words that are found in the dictionary, and don't use such things as your birth date or your pet's name. I want you to consider this. You're out on Facebook, you're writing about your cat Fluffy, and you have the year that you were born showing in your Facebook account. Now those are both things that I talk about in my Facebook setup guide as well, and I show you how to hide your birth year. But so say you have that showing and you talk about your cat Fluffy all the time, and then your password is Fluffy 1975, the name of your cat and the year that you were born. Now there are people out there who actually spend time on accounts like Facebook searching for information like that, and they can put these things together, figure them out, and then figure out what your password is. Now you might be saying, well, okay, it's not that terrible if someone hacks into my Facebook account. I'll figure it out right away and I'll change my password and it won't be a problem. But what if you use that same password for your bank account? Now things can really get interesting. So it's just better to come up with a secure password right away, and then you don't have to worry about these things. So I suggest you mix up letters and add numbers and special characters. And I have an example here on the screen, FLU75FFY ampersand. It's easy for you to remember, but difficult for a bad person to guess. what I recommend with all of your social media accounts is use the same password but change it slightly. So in other words, you're not using the exact same password for your Facebook account and your LinkedIn account, but you are using the same characters and maybe just moving one around. That way it's much easier for you to remember, because as you get more and more of these accounts, you don't really want to have a totally separate password for every one of them, because you're going to have a heck of a time remembering what it is and then getting into your accounts, and it'll be very frustrating when every time you have to think before you can log into one of your social media accounts. It shouldn't be that much work. So take some time, come up with a good password, and then, like I said, just use a slight deviation of that that'll be easy for you to remember. And another thing you can do is change your password periodically. So perhaps you would go in at one time and change the password on all your social media accounts, and then you have it done. It takes you a few minutes to go in and change them all. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of my tutorials. Thank you very much.